Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and man, I really appreciate you guys checking today's video out and joining me, because got a video, guys, I'm really excited about today. I'm going to show you a clip that Skeet Reese, Bassmaster Classic champion, Hall of Famer Skeet Reese, put up on his Facebook page yesterday, explaining why forward-facing sonar needs to be eliminated from fishing. I'm so happy to see this video, guys. I'm going to play it for you guys here just in a second, and then I'm going to come back and I've got some commentary after the video's over, so we'll get into that in today's episode. Also, guys, before we get started, I want to share with you two baits that if you guys want to catch a bunch of fish and some big fish, I'd highly suggest. This is the new Mega Bass 5-inch Magdraft, a little junior model. Just came in, got them at Tackle Warehouse. I'll put my Tackle Warehouse link in the description. And also, guys, if you want to catch a big one, get you some 8-inch Mega Bass Magdrafts. This is like one of the secret baits of the pros in the pre-spawn. Tons of big fish get caught on this 8-inch Magdraft during the month of, between early March and early April. So just get you some both, 5-inchers and 8-inchers, get you a bunch of fish and some big ones too. Tackle Warehouse link in the description, really appreciate that. Okay, guys, I am so happy that Skeet put this video out. I'm gonna play it for you guys right now, and then I'm going to come back and do some commentary on it. So here we go.
The hot topic this year, forward-facing sonar. And now that the leagues have all made their decisions on what they're doing for 2025. So, I applaud NPFL for banning it for their league. I think they did it, it's a perfect fit for them. And so I respect what they did. Major League Fishing is kind of like a 50-50 split as far as using it, not using it. But so my opinion of forward-facing sonar. So when it came out, it's fun, it's exciting, it's seeing fish I've never seen before. It's been kicking the shit out of everything as far as tournament-wise for the last few years. So it's one of those deals in most situations. If you're not doing it, you're gonna get beat. So I've been all for it until I started seeing the actual analytics of what's happened to the fishing industry in the last 5 years. And a lot of it is contributed to, forward-facing sonar, and it might be, economy as well. But after seeing the numbers, the analytics from tournament participation, viewership, tackle sales, which are three kind of big components, and fishing participation, really. Now I'm alarmed. It's really am. It's what is best for the industry, and I just want what's best for our sport in general. I want to preserve what's happened for the last 50 years. How anglers have caught them in the history of it. I want to preserve that. I'm not opposed to technology. I'm just opposed to a sport shrinking because people don't think it's fun anymore, and we're seeing less participation at tournament levels from Tuesday nighters, Wednesday nighters, Thursday nighters, one-day tournaments, the Toyota Series, BFLs, whatever it might be. That alarms the shit out of me. And then when you see the actual analytics of viewership of forward-facing sonar tournaments plummet when it's a scoping tournament, that part, all right, so people obviously don't like watching it, and they're still, but what's the right concept, what's the right format? I don't know yet. I mean, we're just in the infancy stages of figuring out where these rules and regulations are going to go the next few years, but I believe that if I had my choice right now from an entire sport to preserve it, I would say, okay, no more forward-facing sonar allowed, just because I see what's happening. Because I look at it as like, our sport has been this big for so many years, and now we're seeing it funneled down and being more, not as broad of a sport as far as tackle sales techniques. So we're seeing this scaling down, and that more worries me about anything. The economic impact of it is the greatest concern. there's going to be people losing their jobs. There's going to be companies going out of business. There's going to be a lot of different things that are happening because of it. So that I don't like. Not saying there won't be a...
Okay, guys, there you go. My most favorite part of that clip was when Skeet said if it was up to him, forward-facing sonar would be taken away from tournaments. That says it all right there. And here's what you got to remember. Skeet Reese is arguably one of the top bass fishing professionals ever. He's a veteran. He's been in the sport as long as I have. Highly respected within the industry. And guys, the majority of professional anglers like Skeet Reese that are true professional anglers, veteran professional anglers, marquee anglers, this is their opinion about the cheater box. They don't want it. They know it's bad for the sport, but a lot of people don't have the courage to get out there and say what Skeet just said. So given this, here's the problem we have. People like Skeet Reese, they understand the bass fishing industry and they understand the heritage and the tradition and what fishing means. People that do not support banning forward-facing sonar do not have that awareness. They do not have the, I don't want to say intelligence, but they do not have the awareness that it takes to really understand the depth of the damage that forward-facing sonar is having on our sport. And Skeet put it perfectly right there. He's talking about the economic indicators as far as how it's affecting the tackle industry, which it's really, really kicking, all the fishing tackle manufacturers that are suffering because of forward-facing sonar. Viewerships are down, just like what Skeet says. And then, of course, if you guys have heard me talk about it for 2 years, I throw all the other stuff in there about the sustainability of the fisheries over the long term, the heritage of the sport, the tradition, the mystery and magic it takes away. Skeet reflected just a handful of the reasons why the cheater box should be made illegal in tournaments, and I've expanded on every single element out there. So the point of this particular video is we're getting to see there's sort of a coalescence amongst the people that truly understand this industry about how devastating and how bad this is for the sport. The people that support forward-facing sonar, there's two things. They either have an agenda behind it because they're making money from it, whether it be if you're a tournament organization or if you're an angler that is connected by an umbilical cord to forward-facing sonar, and that is your lever to success. Or it's people that do not understand what's happening here. That's the whole thing. Everybody else is against it. It's like the people that are for this technology have not taken the time to really put into some critical thinking skills about the damage this is having across the board. Now, we can debate as far as the extent of that particular damage, but nobody can deny the reality of the situation, what Skeet said with that. And you can have your own opinion as far as on the tradition and the heritage of the sport that I talk about and the sustainability part of it. The sustainability part of it is still under study, but it doesn't take an Einstein to understand, excuse me, it doesn't take Einstein to understand if you have a piece of technology that is constantly evolving to become more and more efficient at locating fish at any particular depth and harassing those fish into biting, that it's going to have a long-term impact the more people that use it, because every single year more people get sucked down the dark road of forward-facing sonar. So I just want to encourage everybody out there, just take a second to absorb what Skeet just said here. And I want you to realize that the people that understand this industry, like Skeet Reese, they have got more dirt time than any of these dudes that are pro forward-facing sonar users out there. Every single angler out there that understands the reality of professional fishing and bass fishing in general has the same attitude that Skeet does. I have not talked to anybody that understands the reality of fishing and the foundation of fishing that does not share what Skeet just said there to some extent. It's the people that they have not been in the sport long enough to understand exactly what's happening here because they're so caught up in the bells and the whistles of this. Like Skeet said at the start of the video, yeah, it's fun, it's entertaining, you get to see watching fish, but people get sucked into that. It's like somebody having any type of a bad habit. That somebody, if they're taking drugs or alcohol or whatever, or anything that creates an endorphin rush, but in the bigger picture, how harmful it is to you by, engaging in that behavior. And make no mistake about it, guys, if you are engaging in using forward-facing sonar, you are actively contributing to the destruction of the sport. Whether you want to recognize or realize that or not, it is not an alarmism, it's something that's not off the wall. That's the reality of it. And, thankfully people like Skeet are starting to come out. We're starting to see more and more people get the courage and get the spine and the backbone to come out against this. And eventually, what's going to happen is this. Right now, the subsidies and the sponsorships that the electronic companies give the tournament organizations has effectively removed their backbone. They do not have the backbone to say no because they don't want to lose that big check of sponsorship. Now, eventually what Skeet is talking about, when the industry begins to tank to the level that it's not financially feasible for the cheater box to continue to be used in tournaments, and then that power structure within the fishing industry begins to coalesce and takes on the electronic companies, that's when you're going to see this taken away. Because unfortunately, people will not do the right thing for the right thing. It's like the right thing is to ban this technology for what it's doing to the traditions of the sport and the heritage and the sustainability. That's the right reason to ban it. But the only reason that the tournament organizations are going to ban it is because it hurts their pocketbook, which is really pathetic that that's the reason they have to do it. And eventually this is going to happen, because you can't have a piece of technology that basically condenses the entire tackle genre down to an Alabama rig, a jerkbait, and a forward-facing sonar minnow, and expect the industry to thrive. The industry, everything, there's hundreds of different categories of lures and hundreds of different lures out there that are completely non-effective with the cheater box. And those are the lure categories that support this industry. And as more people get sucked down that dark hole of forward-facing sonar, tackle sales will continue to tank, viewership will continue to tank, the entire energy and the vibe and the just the magic of the sport continues to go downhill every year. And eventually we're going to wake up and it's just going to be unrecognizable. It's always getting to that point. So anyway, I appreciate what Skeet did in this. Like I said, I've got a lot of respect for Skeet as an angler. He's, like I said, he knows as much or more about the sport than 99% of the people out there. So you need to listen when people like that, you need to listen when people like Skeet Reese voice that particular opinion on that. You can goof on me. I've won Bassmaster tournaments. I haven't won the Classic, almost won the Classic, but I haven't won the Classic. So when you get a Classic winner and a Hall of Famer that has the courage to come out against it, it means a lot. And I want to encourage any one of you dudes out there, all you veteran pros, that I know who you are, you know who I am, we've been in the trenches together for 30 years, grow a pair, get a backbone, grow a pair, get off the dang sidelines and do what's right. Put all your social media, just like what Skeet did. Get on your social media, get loud about it, voice your opposition, because I can promise you guys, if you are a skilled bass angler that has spent decades honing your craft, it has taken you out of the game. Your skills are worthless now, completely worthless, because all you need is a cheater box and a forward-facing sonar minnow, and if you don't have it, you're going to be struggling to even get a check in the tournament. It's time to get rid of that crap. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. We'll talk later.